Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me, free to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous Tea, free to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Content is coming over there later today. Also, follow me on the Tickety Talk for 70-ish more days, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Follow me on the gram, on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality Tea. And as always, y'all, it is completely free to like, it is free to comment, it is free to share everywhere. This content so that it can get out there and get these likes and these views and all these things. So we got to talk about an explosive article, y'all, that has come out about none other than Carlos King, you know? And this is what tends to happen. This came out yesterday. Exposing Carlos King, exposing why people keep leaving Carlos King shows, why people keep falling out with Carlos King that work with him on Kingdom Reign Entertainment and everything else, whether it is Housewives, whether it is Love and Marriage Huntsville, or what have you. And we're going to get into it. We are absolutely going to get into it. So it says the following. It says, what's going on with the Carlos King shows? For years, Carlos King has been the standout executive producer of reality television, but more stars from his shows and other projects he's worked on, past and present, have spoken out or have left the show. This has happened very recently with two stars from OWN's Bell Collective exiting the series. Are they simply disgruntled? Depends on who you ask. But there is a trend worth highlighting. Rumors and discourse have been going on for some time, dating back to his time working with Bravo and Truly Original as a producer of Real Housewives of Atlanta. He also worked on Bravo's Real Housewives of New Jersey as a producer. As time gone on, King's reality empire has grown with projects on TV One, OWN, BET, WeTV, and even HBO. And as his popularity has grown, so has the mixed response surrounding some of the shows, both from cast members and the fans. Let's break down some of the internet chatter over the years from Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9 to present day. What happened on Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9, and what were the rumors that came after? The Real Housewives of Atlanta fans always remember the Season 9 fallout between Kandi Burruss and Frickin' Frack, Portia Williams, and Phaedra Parks. The three spent the whole season at odds after Burruss's friendships with Parks fell apart seasons before amid her then-husband, Apollo Nita, going to prison. Burruss voiced her concern for Parks not allowing their young sons to visit Apollo during such a long stint. Williams, who had gone through a contentious divorce on her own, cozied up to Parks to show her support. Simultaneously, Parks been saying things about Burruss and her husband, Todd Tucker. She claimed that Burruss paid Tucker an allowance when he expressed grievances over the lawyer-turned-reality star not paying him adequately for his work on her infamous Donkey Booty workout DVD. I remember that. Burruss's mother, Mama Joy, said Parks was being fraudulent. For the most part, Burruss stayed quiet until a tense sit down with Parks, where she accused her lying about feeling abandoned in her friendship and putting on a farce about Apollo when she was dating a new man all along. Williams inserted herself into the argument, and in one of the craziest scenes in Real Housewives of Atlanta history, she argued with Burruss and alleged that Burruss had a sex dungeon that she and Tucker planned to drug and SA her, and that Tucker was unfaithful and went by the alias of Marvin, and that Burruss was a lesbianist. At the Season 9 reunion taping, Williams revealed that Parks was behind all the rumors she brought to the forefront. Parks sat quietly as her co-stars and Andy Cohen expressed shock and disdain. She claimed that she'd repeated something she heard on camera. Parks exited the show as King would go on leave for the series. For years, internet rumors have alleged that King had a hand in all the drama, And some believe that his exit from the show after season 9 was not coincidental. However, he has consistently denied a role in the drama and has stated that he left the show on his own accord. He dismissed the rumors in a chat with Married to Medicine's Dr. Heavenly Kimes in 2020. He broke his silence on the ordeal, saying, "I left the show. I did not get fired. That will always be the dumbest rumor when it comes to that." And it's funny because when you Google anything, I have been fired so many times, it's like I was on The Apprentice. It's the dumbest rumor out there. I did not get fired. And the other thing about the whole situation that happened after season 9, I had nothing to do with that. Let me make that clear. If that was the case, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be in jail. So let's start there. And that's all I'll say about that. In a 2022 interview with Page Six, he got candid about being a Real Housewives of Atlanta producer during the Parks-Williams-Burruss drama. He said to see this rumor circulate during the season 9 without any sort of hard facts was very weird as well, because we kept asking ourselves as producers, where is this going? We had no idea where it came from, but because it was reality, we followed it. And to see how it all culminated at the reunion was just very uncomfortable, to say the least. His relationship with Kandi Burruss and Escape biopic development. Initially, Burruss and King's relationship seemed unaffected by the season 9 Real Housewives of Atlanta drama. It was later revealed Burruss ended her personal and professional working relationship with King after she alleged that she had discovered he had purchased the rights to an Escape biopic without her or her group members' knowledge or consent. In a 2023 interview with The Shade Room, Burruss detailed how she learned of what allegedly happened. She said, "A friend of mine is a producer or director. Me and my husband, Todd, were talking to him, and I said, it would be dope if Escape had a movie about our lives." And our friend was like, "Oh, they've already doing the movie." And we were like, "What do you mean? Who's already doing the movie?" And he was like, "Yeah, I just took a meeting about that. He told me the network or whatever. I called my agent and I asked what was going on. He looked into it and found out that it was true. The network was doing it. It took us a couple more weeks to find out who had put it all together. Come to find out, it was Carlos, who was supposed to be a producer, director, or whatever of the movie. Right before I found out it was him, one of his producers that he works with reached out to my mom and was like, 'Oh yeah, we're trying to do a documentary about girl groups, and we wanted to get some information to interview my mom. So you're going to do all of that and you don't even tell me?' King has opted to stay silent on specifics of the matter and would rather talk to her about it. He has denied her claims. The Monique Samuels drama on Love and Marriage DC. Monique Samuels will go down in reality television history for two things: her physical altercation with Candace Dillard Bassett in season 5 of Real Housewives of Potomac, and Bindergate during the reunion. After her exit from the show, she said she fostered a relationship with King and began thinking of ways they could work together. But this year, she alleged that King, without using his name, reeled her in using the black card, noting that he had handled her with more care than Bravo due to being kinfolks. But she was dissatisfied with her edit on season 1 of OWN's Love and Marriage DC. She claimed that she was used for promotion for the show. "I believed him when he used the black card, and he did me worse than the white folks. I was like, he could have at least waited till the second season to trash me," she said during an interview on the Jay Hill podcast. "It's just like, we got her, dog her, bleep out. It was my name used to gain the audience, and I felt like I got trashed on that show. They didn't show any of my real moments where I gave more context to what was happening." She since vowed to never do reality television again. King's relationship with Melody Rogers from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Whether you are a fan or not, Melody Cherie Rogers is the bona fide star of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Without her, some fans would say the show doesn't stand a chance. But the way things seem to look between her and King right now, the show may be undergoing a massive change sooner than later. King's and, Rogers is, they were initially two peas in a pod, but things took a turn when she appeared on a live edition of his podcast. No matter what Holt was allegedly doing, King has stated publicly his affinity for Holt and pushed the idea of a reconciliation between the two. King has maintained that Holt will not be fired because he, along with Rogers, helped bring the show together while they were married. And recently, Cherie and King's social media revealed they no longer follow each other. This comes after she made comments on social media that fans believe were direct shots at King. When you are in a leadership position or a so-called leadership position or executive position, there are just certain things that you are supposed to do. And she said in a live stream, you don't talk about the people that are putting a check in your pocket. I've never seen the owner of 7th Avenue talking about the people putting money in their pockets. Cherie also criticized the behaviors that she characterized as self-destructive, adding as they all know this is self-destruction. She defended her remarks in an Instagram story, doubling down on her earlier statements. Bell Collective exits of Akeisha Cologne and So Gucci Williams. Another popular series from King's production companies owns Bell Collective. At the end of the season, saw the exits of two cast members, Akeisha Cologne and Sophia Soguchi Williams. Cologne quit the show during a YouTube live stream, leaving him and his two co-hosts of the night with their mouths ajar. The season saw the family drama with the Williams following an explosive fight between Soguchi and her husband's ex-wife, Selena. The family was estranged due to her stepdaughters having no contact with their father. At the reunion, King blasted Soguchi's husband, JJ, for not properly handling the situation between the two women from the start, which all agreed. But his handling of the Colognes is what sparked backlash. Akeisha was never welcomed with open arms by the other Bells. Both she and her husband were accused of thinking they were bigger fish because of their lifestyle. Things reached a breaking point at the season finale after the men came to a brawl. Some viewers criticized King's handling of the reunion, feeling he unfairly blamed Willie for the tensions that had built up over the seasons. His YouTube show has also caused controversy. King's podcast and weekly recaps are only adding more fuel to the fire. In addition to interviews with reality stars, he recaps his shows with other guest hosts, which many feel is a step too far as an entertainment executive. As his presence grows publicly, many are pushing for him to make a choice, be a public figure or an executive producer. For some, both roles can exist at the same time, or at least in the way he has been doing it recently. Carlos King's influence on reality TV is undeniable, but as more stars speak out, the question remains, is he uplifting the people he works with or prioritizing ratings at their expense? Only time will tell. King's legacy will be shaped by these ongoing controversies and conversations. Couple things I wanted to add to this that was not in the article. They didn't mention the fact that Winter exited from Love and Marriage DC and criticized the work environment as well, and as well as the pay. Also, it didn't include for Love and Marriage Huntsville that also Tiffany left. Tiffany and Big Lou left. Also that Stormy left this past season and everything else. I have another video that I'm going to do after this because this one's going a little bit too long before I do some work here. But it's really weird how Carlos King has not taken any accountability of all these black women who have spoken out against him, have spoken out about his practices, have spoken out about storylines that have gone too far on the show, or a false narrative and the lengths that you go to protect certain cast members who don't have to show their real lives, and protect people who are actually breaking the law, who are actually doing things that are illegal, all because of whatever affinity or crush that you have on them, and you're willing to make several black women look like the villain, look like the problem, and you say nothing and do nothing when they get dragged, when they experience false allegations. You pick and choose who you want to defend. Even when you and Mel were cool, you never defended her. But you always propped her out when it was time to promote the show. When you needed to do a major interview, you would have no problem going live with Mel to promote the new season. Just like last year in January, you had Mel as your first guest on your Reality with the King tour and everything else. It's probably your best-selling date, ever. Because of the fact that the Mel fans, the Millimeters, showed up and show out. And even not all the Mel fans and Millimeters even were able to attend. So nonetheless, you had built this relationship for years. And all the stuff that Martell is doing behind the scenes, and they're caught up in, multiple legal battles. Martell is with the criminal case as well as the custody battle, and you still try to paint him as an angel. You and him dress up in white suits at the reunion. It's disgusting. And not to mention the foolishness that's happened this season to where you just decided you're just going to scrap everything and just have the cast have a go at Mel. And you spend, the entire first half of last season going after Mel supporters and the Millimeters. That was everybody's storyline until it got too ridiculous and there was backlash for it. Then you spend the back half of really trying to push, everybody's against Mel, inserting Mel into everybody's storyline, and making it as though Mel is the scapegoat and not expecting there to be any consequences. Like, at some point, Carlos, something has to give. But this is not sustainable if your biggest stars of your shows are either quitting or on the brink of quitting or are no longer fooling with you because you have allowed an environment that has said and done something that is too far, that is unforgivable, Carlos. And instead of you taking accountability and trying to improve the work environment and trying to improve the storylines on your show, you continue to take things as gutter and as low as possible, thinking that people are just going to put up with it because people like seeing ratchetness on TV. No. That, like I said, that brand of reality TV is not working anymore. That brand of reality TV is causing major problems and major backlash. And if you don't do something about it, Carlos King, it's eventually going to fall back on you. So there's that. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.